All right, so today we're going to talk a lot about football equipment fitting. And there's obviously all kinds of sports that have equipment needs. Football happens to be just one of the major ones that we deal with, and it's has a lot of equipment needs. So we just kind of start with this and then use the same principles for football equipment fitting to all the other sports that we might have. So dealing with football, one of the things that we're going to fit here is we're going to do helmet and shoulder pads. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to fit the shoulder pads, and then we'll actually fit the helmet in conjunction. So first thing we'll do is we'll start with shoulder pads. And as a general rule of thumb, shoulder pads have different sizes to them. And so what we want to try to do is we want to figure out the appropriate size, and each brand fits slightly different. But for the most part, a standard rule of thumb is to find the AC on each side. So from this point to this point, measuring across. So he's measuring at about 16 inches. And then on most of the shoulder pads, they actually have some type of measurement. So this thing here says 18 to 19 inches. So we might be at risk of this being just a little bit big. But this is a large, and so we might need to go down to a medium or vice versa. So we'll start with it, kind of see where we get, and kind of see what happens. So the athlete is going to put the shoulder pads over their shoulders. You want to make sure that they are then strapped up. And now once they're on, we want to see, okay, how do these typically look? So there's a couple different pieces that we want to be looking at. One is these the side straps here, making sure that those are nice and snug and not too tight. You want to make sure that underneath the chest is not too terribly tight. You should be able to just kind of stick your hand in between there, and it should feel fairly solid. It should be slapping all around. You want to make sure that it covers the chest, have them turn around, make sure it covers and completely gets the scapulas, because those are two problematic areas. Then on the sides here, you have a couple different flaps. Okay, so you have kind of an inner flap and an outer flap. This piece right here of the shoulder, of the kind of inside pad, should extend just slightly beyond the shoulders. Okay, so then as this comes down and this comes down, it completely covers the deltoid. So it's very important that the deltoid muscles is put into protection here. So those are all the things you want to be looking for, making sure that they're strapped right, making sure there's no wear marks anywhere. You don't want to really drill a lot of holes and make modifications to these. Just want to make sure that everything looks good to go. There's no abnormal wear marks or anything like that. So, and in all reality, even though I measured it, I thought this might be a little bit big. Now that it's actually on him, it actually looks pretty good. It's good to go.